Hi, everybody.
Hey,
How's
Shelly.
everybody?
Great. How are you doing, Shelley?
Great. Guess what? You get me today. We
Awesome.
call Brent. Kevin affectionately calls Brent a vitamin B, like getting your vitamin B for the week or for the week, right? And
Yep.
so when you go to the doctor and you're trying to take care of your health, you need more than just one vitamin. So you get some SJ12 today. Brent's got something else going on right now, so he asked me to just kind of take over and help and be a part of this with you guys. I'm excited to be here. Um, One of the things I was going to talk to you about is what attracts people to you. What is it that attracts someone to want to be a part of your world? And there's three key things that I think of right now that people are really looking for. And I love it, energy, production. What you got? You got lots of good stuff. So you're right, leadership, positivity, solutions. So when you lead people, people are looking for leadership, they're looking for systems, they're looking for all. Thank you, Jared. That's awesome. It's really good stuff. They're looking for leadership, they're looking for positivity, and they're looking for solutions. They'll have answers. They want answers, right? Solutions, things that are going to help them with their business, get where they're going. Everyone's got their goals. We're just past the half year mark and we're ready to just rock out this last half. And I will tell you another really quick secret I think is getting ready to happen right now is we are in June, right? So the end of June, what happens in June? Can you guys tell me? Like shoot me some chats. What's the biggest thing for real estate in June? It's closings. Everyone's got tons of sales happening right now. And then July hits and the market starts to slow down. And guess what that means for us? It's hunting season. So Kevin said, he's like, I'm going to give everybody a license to hunt. So it depends on how big a game you want, whether you want to hunt like a mountain lion or an elk or just for fun, or you're going to get a fishing license. You're going to fish for a tarpon or I don't know what you fish for, but just to kind of give you an analogy. So just think about this as like the best time of year to be out there talking and building those relationships for these agents, and they're looking for leadership. So when you're thinking about leadership, think about how you can lead people to what they are looking for. So what are the things they're looking for? And then write down your list of 5 to 10 things that they're looking for, and then try to speak to those, whether it's in social media, hosting events that solve those solutions and give them solutions to help them. One of the things I'm going to talk to you about is events and how, I know Brent talks to you all about it a lot, or all of us about it all the time, but you want to show up as a leader and show up with positivity and have a solutions-based approach. I think those three things, if you can do that, whether you're having a phone conversation with somebody, asking really good questions about where they are with their business, whether it's like they're trying to get more listings, more sales, more whatever it is they're trying to do, time, freedom, whatever it is. Be asking the questions so that you can find the solution or help them discover the solution that could help them. One of the things I like to do is provide some of the systems and resources that we've done over the years that we've created for ourselves, because sometimes if you can just give someone 2 or 3 things to implement into their business, it's going to help them be able to have more sales and get more what they're looking for. And also, if they're looking for something, with a passive income, as far as like what we have to offer with what we're all doing here, RevShare, right? That's exciting. So how are you going to help them get that and build that? And Brent always says, recruit through people. So if you're talking to somebody and say, you have a lot of relationships, you've been doing this for a long time. What is it that you could, what could I do to help you as far as building those relationships? Because if you tell them how you're going to help them and they can see the end goal, it's going to help you be able to help them get over those issues that they're having, whether it's sales or attraction or whatever it is. So just be cognizant of how you're showing up and doing all the great things that we do every day. And you guys, I talk to so many of you guys out of this 1% club. Like we text and IM each other and help each other. And I love that. Like, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. One of the things you can do, I'm going to share with you. We just did this. Kevin and I'm in Montana. Let me show you where I am. Hold on a minute. I'm going to show you. Hold on. You see that? It snowed. It snowed here. it was like, did you get snow, Bill, in where you are?
It's cold and we got rain and wind, but the snow's up on the mountain. We didn't get any in town this time. It's crazy. We're neighbors. I'm in
Okay,
Wyoming,
good. We
so
got some.
yeah.
So it's really actually beautiful, but we've had like beautiful weather and then it snowed. But anyways, we were out here doing a Yellowstone event with some of our leaders. And it's funny when you put things out there. I was nervous to put this event out there. We did it last year because it's a little expensive to do for people. I mean, what you get, it's not, but you're asking someone to buy flights, get hotels, spend a few $1,000s. And I thought, are they really going to want to do this? And they showed up. I mean, we had 12 great leaders show up and they did it, but you don't have to start there. Didn't start there. We started with like a little cookout at our house where we get the smoker out and smoke some meat and invite their families over. And we started out with doing like a little bowling party, or there's all kinds of things. You could just have a campfire and s'mores and invite their kids over. You could do it at your local park. It doesn't even have to be in your backyard. You could do something, find a place that has a good fire pit with some hay bales or just some logs to sit on, and you get someone to come out there. It's really good at telling stories, like some really cool stories about your town. I mean, just get creative and think about how you can like host events and inspire people and create experiences, because there's magic in experiences. How many of you guys, can you raise your hand if you think that's true? If you can create an experience for someone, it changes how they feel, right? And sometimes we're all so busy, we're just going through the motions of life. And when you can jerk someone out of their life and get them to just do something a little bit different and you create the experience, how awesome is that? What if you just found a local place that had a fire pit, and you got some hot dogs, some s'mores, and some hot dog buns, and you invited a face painter to come paint some kids' faces while they're there, tell some really nice ghost stories, if you will, or like little folklore stories, and you got some marshmallows and s'mores, and the kids are running around, and you had some sparklers, or I don't know, anything that would just make it a little bit fun and special. That's so inexpensive to do, but you're jerking them out of their world for like an evening, and you create an experience that makes them feel valued and special. And you could call it like, it could be, or you could just do it with just them. Say like, you know what, we're all adults, but we're ready to act like kids, and let's mastermind. You could go to a local brewery and just set up some tables. They have tables there. Get about 15 of you. Then maybe invite 20, 10 will come, right? Because don't ever be discouraged by the number that come. People are busy, and they, in their mind, don't think they have the time. So just invite more than what you expect, and know that you're going to get about 30% that are going to fall out, 30 to 50%, right? So you get 10 people at a table, and you go, hey, what is working in your business? What are the 3 things that if you implemented right now in your business could change the trajectory of the rest of your year? You could do that, something like that. Get some, do that at a brewery, do that at a local little place close by that you like. Include the owner of the company, like build that relationship with those owners. So write down, like, can each of you write down like 2 to 3 ideas real quick, and then raise your hands once you have them written down of what you could do. Like I'm gonna shout some things out while y'all are writing, okay? A meetup just at a local brewery. You could do it at a local restaurant. Do a cookout at your house. You could do it outside. You could do it on your back porch. Like anything in your town. Maybe you could do a town where you just do something like that. So you do like a if you're in a cute little town or a town close by where you could go and they could tell you the history of the town or something like that. That's fun to do. Sushi classes, like where you all do sushi making. Go to your sushi restaurant and say, hey, we want to do some sushi classes, and invite some people. Talk about like seeing how uncoordinated we all are when we try to make some sushi rolls. I've done that before. It's pretty funny. You could do just any kind of like campfire event. You could do something at a cabin, on a lake, at a pond, fishing. You could do a little fishing tournament for the kids, or anything like that would get people together. Just gather people together. I promise you, when you get people together, magic happens, and the relationships deepen, and you will actually, and then create a group like our mastermind we just did here in Yellowstone. I'll tell you what it was, and you can like do this too. We basically got some cabins, some tents, like they're like the big canvas tents. So they have beds in them and everything because people don't really like to sleep on the ground, is what I found out. So we try to give them like real beds. But I got heated blankets because I knew it was gonna be cold. I didn't want them in there freezing. I wanted them to have a good night's sleep. And they had bedding and everything, but I added that. Made sure we had some heaters in the room, and then they had a campfire outside. So we had cowboy dinners, and they told stories and sang songs by the cowboy dinner after the cowboy dinners. We had like a covered area where we did our mastermind.
Listen. Okay, thank you.
Someone's on there. We did masterminds under like a covered pavilion. We did our masterminds there, and we branded everybody. So when we branded everybody, we branded them with a cat with the ranch's logo. And I've got some other ideas for branding later, but just make it fun. You know, you could even brand someone at a campfire. You could come up with a branding idea. So we gave them all hats with the brand on. I got one back here. Show you. Looks like this. So we got them a hat. So when they gave us their ideas, we gave them a hat and they were branded. I bought them like Montana bags and filled them with goodies like snacks and maps and towels and just stuff like that, you know, nothing crazy. And then we went on a horseback ride. We did a parade through the town of Gardner outside the gates of Yellowstone. And you could do a horseback trip. You could find a local horse, you know, barn and do a horse ride. You'd be surprised what an hour on a horse will do for somebody. Because I see it every day because people pay to go up to the ranch where we go. And you'd be surprised at I'll ride with these families. They'll come up and pay to ride for an hour or two, and they get off and they're just like so happy because they don't do this. When you get someone out of their comfort zone, I'm telling you, it changes them. But you can do things like this and you just create this camaraderie. If you could do an overnighter somewhere, you know, there's all kinds of, maybe you could go on a train ride. There's train rides you could do, like take everybody on a train ride. I think they've got like, let me think a minute. There's a train, a lot of them have the Christmas train, the Polar Express and stuff like that. You could arrange that. That would be an easy one to do. Just think outside the box. Go visit a mine, you know, like go do a mine, go do whitewater rafting. We did that. That was cold. The water was 45 degrees. Everybody was awake after that. So does anybody else have ideas? I'm trying to look at my chat real quick. I'm trying to find it down here at the bottom, but I'm not finding it easily. So forgive me. You guys can speak up. Anybody want to share some ideas?
I don't know if y'all know what grid is, but I'm a grid chapter leader here in Richmond. So we do a monthly investor meetup essentially, but we've set it up at a social club. So we'll do like a private VIP EXP Explained before at 5, and then we do the meetup at 6, and then we do a happy hour at 7. So it mixes an explained with training with networking. So we do that. We also do role plays twice a month that we invite agents to. It doesn't matter who you're with, we invite you. That's one of the best things because people just aren't getting trained to just sell basic real estate. So that's one of the best things we do. We also do an event called Cocktail for Closers, which is a happy hour we do every other month. I've done it at my house and had 60 agents at my house, but we'll also do it at breweries, wineries, restaurants, rooftops. That's just some of what we do. I'll let other people go.
Jared, that's awesome. I love that. So he's very intentional with his time. So he's got what I heard from him was a couple things. One, investments and wealth building are important to people, right? Like everyone's trying to figure out how to unravel that. And you probably have some great speakers that share that, Jared, as well.
Yeah, so we will bring guests in, and then we have 4 chapter leaders that are all EXP as well. And then we do like a big
Awesome.
event
So
every month for sales as well. So we'll do just the sales based outside of investors, outside of grid. We typically get anywhere from 100 to 130 agents out to those.
That's awesome. So you're inviting people and they're in their own time, their schedule, their regiment. So he has a plan that's consistent over every month. So he knows what he's doing. And I think consistency is key for this, because if you just kind of slingshot it, you're not going to people aren't going to know where to go, when to do it. If they missed last month, they can go to the next month, which is great. Bill is asking, what does grid stand for, Jared?
I don't know if it actually has an actual acronym meeting, but the guy that started it is Rob Chavez. He's with EXP. So if you look up Rob Chavez, he just joined EXP a few months ago. He's out of Northern Virginia.
Nice.
So I don't know where all the chapters are across the country. I just know there's 2 in Richmond and 5 in Nova. And I think he's got like 40, 50 chapters across the country. So he kind of plugs people into a investment training back end if you join and come up with the grid. And then there's a private grid Facebook group, and then there's like a grid members group for non-leaders as well. So it's just, it's just a piece to get accountability and what do you call it, credibility out there if you're doing investments. I was already going to a bunch of investment meetups, so this was a way to just run an investment meetup and be at the front of the room every time instead of just a visitor.
And when you lead something, it puts you in a different position than if you're gonna be a guest, you get a lot out of it. But if you can lead something, it makes a bigger impact. You're gonna have a bigger opportunity. Would you agree, Jared?
100%. And so what we've been trying to get across to our agents is, hey, I know I'm leading the room, but if you invite people, then it's just going to edify me, obviously. So instead of you saying, hey, will you meet this random dude you don't know about EXP, right? I mean, they've already seen us train, they've already seen our team, they've already met members, they've already networked and happy houred with us. And so many agents want to invest, they just don't. So, we flip, we'll probably 10 this year, and I have like 140 apartment doors. So, I mean, we're going over everything from tax strategies to buying apartments to buying flips to, you name it. And that's what a lot of agents are begging us to do, is teach us how to invest all this cash we're making. So it just makes sense to have a separate event venue for just investments outside of all the sales stuff.
Yeah, I love the wealth building. One of the girls in our group's doing something very similar. I love that. And they're hungry for it. They're hungry to learn how to do something besides selling houses. And it ties right into the EXP rev share model. So like having that, but being purposeful, getting your calendar out and putting these events on it instead of thinking about it, just assign a date to it. Like sit down your 3 ideas and assign dates to them, and then make something where you can do it over and over and over again. So every month you've got something that they're coming to, whether it's some kind of training to help them sell more houses, investments, wealth building, where you're bringing in a speaker about, maybe it's for their families. I mean, there's all different needs and desires out there and what you're good at. You don't necessarily have to be a wealth manager person, or maybe it's something you want to learn more about yourself. So you start it and you start inviting people that have knowledge on that. So don't worry that Jared's done wealth building already, like he's done investments. You can do it yourself and just invite people who have knowledge on it to train with you. You just MC it. It's good. Thank you for sharing that, Jared. Does anybody else have anything else they want to share that they're doing? I saw lots of comments. I just can't see them on my phone. Anybody have anything that they're thinking about, or like they got a plan? This is what we're going to do going forward. So I saw you, Nick shot. Go ahead. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just going to say that I was going to say that we have been doing something once a month here in Santa Barbara, and my brother up in Santa Maria, about an hour away, he's going to start doing the same thing. We're in the process of working together with some sponsors up there, and hopefully we'll get something started next month where it'll be like a monthly type of meeting with a business update where we do the same type of thing that has been described. But I love the idea of happy hour coupled with that. It's great. Thank you.
Yes. Because if you just do the event, you don't have that time to like really get to know each other and build the deepen the relationship. I think that's really good. But also do the fun things too, because I will tell you, when you get people's minds, everyone's focused on the business side, which is great. But maybe do like a spinoff where if you're doing that once a month and get everyone together to go do whitewater rafting, if you have that in your town, like we have a whitewater center in Charlotte, or go do something fun with them too, because you want to make it fun. It can't all be just business and like, what are we going to get out of building? I will tell you, when this event we did in Yellowstone, it's like, oh, we were having fun, but we really did. When we mastermind, people were like, that was so valuable. We took an hour, it wasn't even long, and we would just sit down and everyone would share. And then people were like, you could see them nodding their heads. One of it's just leveraging your business. Like people just don't have enough time. So what could you help them with leverage? Darren, I see your hand up. Would you mind sharing?
Yeah, sure. So we've been doing for probably about a year and a half now. We do a monthly happy hour at Top Golf. It's just an agent social.
Nice.
And I think it's $1,500 for a 6-month platinum membership at Top Golf, and then we get 2 bays reserved with that. And so it's the second Tuesday of every month from 3 to 5. And there's no whiskers. It's just an all cheese. Come hang out with us, golf, eat food, drink, and network with other top agents. So we get about 10 to 15 agents a month. And then the agents on my team, I also tell them, I'm like, hey, leverage this event. When you close a deal with somebody, you say, hey, it was great working with you. I'd love to hang out and celebrate. Come to our happy hour. So it allows our team to also very easily just say, hey, come celebrate with us.
Very good. I love that. That's really, really good. The Top Golf, again, it's that consistency of having something on the calendar. I mean, you know you're going to do it. You got a plan, and then don't you find that people want to come again and again and again, Darren?
They do. It's a rotating group though. It's like people don't come every month, and so we get a really good group of new people every time. We get some people that come back again, but I've recruited probably at least a half dozen or more people just from people coming to that event, and then they say, "Oh, I've been meaning to ask you this or that," and I say, "Yeah, yeah, let's go have coffee." And so it turns
Yeah.
into a future date where, because I don't really want to bring up EXP and everybody feel like they came to Top Golf for an EXP
Yeah.
pick. So that's off the table.
That's smart.
Yeah. Even if they
It's really
want it,
smart.
I don't
And
give it to them.
yeah, I'm glad you said that for someone who's newer to his call, because when we do these events, it's not a big, like they know they're coming for a free EXP explain. That's one thing. But when they're coming for an event like that, it's more about getting people together and gathering, and they're going to ask you about it. Like this event we had here, we had an agent come from KW, and it was just kind of, we never even really hit her with EXP at all. She knew we were all EXP and we're having fun and we're sharing. So I'm sure we'll get asked about it. But at this event, we were together for 4 days and we didn't really even talk about EXP at all. She brought it up to me a couple times, but that's not what it was about. It was about other things. So that's really good. I love that. Do you I saw Matt Plummer on here, and I know he's big in the financial world. I saw him speak at the event in Cabo. Are you all going to Cabo? Because did you see that the event is now available to buy tickets? So what I've been doing is getting my group. I put it on my groups page. I've been calling all my leaders and saying, hey, let's get our rooms. Who are you inviting? Like really be intentional about that and leveraging this build that's going on. They got them all over the country, leveraging getting people to those. Are you all doing that? Are you leveraging that? I know, Clark, you brought a ton of people to Cabo. That was awesome. That was so good. But if you haven't done that, get those dates. Rob can put it in the comments for the dates for the build events and bring people, because I promise you, you're gonna get spin off of that. You just can't explain it. When you gather people together and they see the energy, it just works. So people want to be around other people, and they don't want to think when they're talking to you about EXP, you're the only, they may love you, but they want to know that they've got a lot of great minds, not just one great mind. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because I mean, we're all guilty of like, oh, we want to help them with everything and be the solution, but they also want a community. And what you're showing them with these events is we have a community. We're more than just real estate. And like with the investing side, Jared, I think that's brilliant. You're going to crush it with that. It's really good.
I have one more.
Anybody else? Go ahead, Darren.
Yeah, I've got one more quick question. Does anybody have a recorded lunch and learn where you've already got the presentation? Is it a whiteboard? Is it a PowerPoint presentation? And does anybody have somebody presenting that and recorded it at a live event? Or not live? I mean, either way is fine. I just want something to, instead of recreating the wheel here, I just want to duplicate what somebody's already doing.
Do you mean something other than the model explain video?
So a live lunch and learns, like whoever's executing those on a regular basis, where we can invite specifically to come and hear the model. You have lunch, and then they know that after lunch they're gonna get a pitch about the model.
We basically used the slide deck that's on Brent's page, And then we just talk about how we've opened up those 3 levels. Now that they're open, you don't have to have those 5. So we simplify it. There's not a new one yet, but
Okay.
honestly, if you do it yourself, start to do it, practice like at home, and just do it live, because I think people want to hear a live person do it if they can. Or if someone's more comfortable doing it, just ask in your group or a leader in your local market that if you wherever you're doing it. But I would encourage you, you can't really do it wrong. I mean, as long as you're, and one of the things I will share with you guys, we did some events in Minnesota recently where we were actually we did the limitless sales. So Brent's got some great materials for that Rob, I'm sure, will share with you guys too. Limitless sales and the courage to act. And the courage to act is basically the building of wealth. The limitless sales is about selling homes. So if you want, a lot of us have done it, and I'm happy to share like what we did to build. Like I've created event checklists in Google Sheets, and I will share those with you guys, with all of you. When I on Friday, I'll be back in Puerto Rico from Montana. I'll send that to Rob, and we'll share it on the next 1% Club. I'll those, because I don't know if he has all of your contacts and can email it to you, but if you can, we'll do it that way. But
Yeah, I do.
I'll
I
make
do
sure
have
on
all
the
that.
next.
Send me that stuff, and I send out this recording.
Okay.
So I have all that, and
Okay.
I'll whatever you send me, I'll resend out.
Okay. So guys, I'm going to send you everything I do for events. And I've spent a lot of time like working on this because I like to be organized. Some of it is for the Cabo event. So like when they tell you to get them to get their hotels and their plane tickets, get them to get their plane tickets first, because if they have their plane ticket, they're coming. If the flights get more expensive, you may not be able to buy flights now, but set yourself a reminder on your calendar. I've got all these systems I've set up, and I will share it with anybody who wants it. We want to win together. This is so important to our families, and the families that you're helping, because this is going to affect all of us and all of our future. And if we can just be a little organized, you can give it to a VA and they can kind of help keep you organized. If you don't have a Rob or a Deb or someone like that, I would encourage you all to leverage and get a VA. If you don't have one, Brent has a great resource. My husband and I both have used there's a couple in EXP that own the company, and they've got some great VAs, and I don't have it in front of me, but I'll make sure you have that too. Anything we can do to support and help you. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I will try my best to help. I mean, I'm just like scooting along, making mistakes every day. And but I make them, and fail fast is what Brent says. And I'm a really good failure. I screw up all the time. I scare myself. I'm like, oh, what did I just commit to? So like everybody has that feeling, that trepidation of like, oh, I'm going to do an event. I don't know what I'm going to say. Guess what? Just get up there and speak and smile and have enthusiasm, and people are going to love you. So don't worry about it. They just want to be around people that love what they're doing and have passion and their conviction to what they're going to do. Right. I mean, Brent asked me to do this, and I'm like, okay, I want to do this. I want to help the group. I love you guys. Like we can make this really easy. So if you need to talk to me like offline, I am me. Melanie and I've spoken offline. She's fabulous. Like talk to people offline. And Bill and I have talked, we've had collaboration, and just we want to help each other so that you guys hit your goals and we hit our goals together. I mean, that's what it's all about. So I will get all that to you on Friday, because I don't want to promise Thursday. I will have it to you by Friday. And if you're like confused by what I sent you, don't be worried. That's okay. I'll do a Zoom with you, and we can get a group together. So I'm confused, Shelly. You sent me this stuff and it looks cool, but I have no idea what to do with it. Just shoot me a message, and we'll get a group of us and we'll do a Zoom just on what I've created. Okay. So, I mean, I'm happy to do it. And then let's all share. Like if anybody else has something, you may have something way better than mine. Mine's not complicated, but mine is effective. So it may not be as pretty, but I promise you it works. So if you have something better, just share it with us and we'll make ours better too. So anyways, does anybody have anything they want to share, like any wins? I'd love to hear some wins. I mean, I know you guys are out there doing this because I see you every week when you're on this call, which is awesome. Any good wins? Matt, I see you down there, Stuart. Anybody got some good stuff to share?
I just signed up an agent last week. Actually, my brother did. And right now, while we're on this call, Lynette Clark is signing up here in Santa Barbara.
Yes, that's awesome. Doesn't that feel great? when you've got those calls and the person's like, okay, I'm ready to do this. It feels so good. Yeah. Congratulate your brother. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Is that Shauna? Sean?
oh,
Go ahead. Go, Matt.
yeah, this is
I see
Matthew.
you
So
green.
you put me on the spot here. So I actually followed up with a former Keller Williams team leader today. I've been talking to her for like 2 years. It turns out she had went to another company, went to a flat fee, then went to LPT. She's been there about a year, and she's like, you know what? I don't know. And I just started telling her about what we're doing at EXP and the changes. And she's like, and then the travel that Lexi and I've been doing because of RevShare and all. And she's like, man, you're talking my language. And so she's pretty fired up. I think she's probably going to be coming actually. So it's
That's
fortunate in the follow-up.
fantastic, Matt. And Matt, like for those of you who don't know, Randy and Matt work together. What is your attraction? What's it called?
Oh,
Attraction.
attractboss.com.
Somebody called me last week after one of our meetings, and I will tell you, if you're not in that, it is worth it because it keeps you on task. So remember how I said the calendar is king? Well, getting in a group that's doing this purposely is really good. And Matt, you can listen to them make the calls, and then you make your calls. It keeps you on track. So Randy Bird and Matthew are doing those calls, and it's awesome. So I'm a member. I do it. I need more time in my life, but it will help you, I promise.
Yeah,
So many people in our group are a part of that, and they love it.
Yeah, and Dan Hillsman, I see him on here. He's a coach, and Jackson Steve's a member, and Darren Mancuso was a member who was talking. Steve Hillier, yeah, a lot of you on here have discovered it and really plugged in and seen the value. Clark Broom and others. So it is that daily accountability in that community that we do 2 hours a day of getting together and sharing wins and accountability and coaching, and then live calls.
It's really good. I just want to give you guys a plug because I'm a part of it, and so many of our group are a part of it, and they love it. And because you guys are showing the 1% Club, do these things, and all these things matter, and it will all add up, and you will absolutely have success, and you'll have a story like Matthew had to share today, and like some of the others had to share. So get after it. Jared, thanks for sharing. I love what you shared today. It's awesome. And I thank all of you. You guys inspire me, make me want to do better. So when I see all your smiling faces, it makes me not feel like I'm alone doing this. Sometimes you're like in your own little room doing your thing, right? We're all doing it. So you guys are awesome, inspiring, and keep it up. And if you ever need something, anybody on this call will help you. I'm happy to help for sure.
You're
Thanks,
awesome.
Shelly.
Thanks, Shelly.
Thank you, Shelly. And just so everybody knows, just so everybody knows, in 6 minutes, we have a guest speaker on for the sales call.
Yes.
He's done 13 million in sales in the last 5.5 months. So if you want to stick around and hear a great speaker at 2:10 sharp, we'll get going on the sales call. Thank you so much, Shelly. And thank you.
You're welcome. Hey guys,
today.
Stay on for that call, because even if you're a RevShare person, you can learn things, and that's the solution for what we talked about, leadership, positive, and solutions. He has the key to sales, and that's what the people you're talking to want. They want to sell more houses. So be on that call with him. I'm going to listen to it because I have a meeting right now, but listen to those calls, because those are things you can repeat and help someone else, because that's what they're focused on. You're focused on this, they're focused on that. So attend that stuff too. It's really helpful. Love you guys. Bye for now.